So the word is floating around that Attack on Titan Season 4, which will be the last season of the anime, is going to be getting a new studio. As we know from past experiences, this usually ends up resulting in the anime either looking pretty much horrible, or the anime just not looking quite right to the fans. We've seen this with One Punch Man, although in my opinion the second season didn't look terrible, it just looked not as good as the first one. It didn't really throw me off as much as it did other people. But we also saw this with Seven Deadly Sins in the most recent season, Wrath of the Gods, which looked way worse than any of the other seasons. That I can admit. Although so many people got so upset that they are now constantly asking for a remake of the entire season, which won't happen because they are currently focused on making the next season. But now, what does all of this talk about Attack on Titan Season 4 not being animated by Wit Studio mean? Well, first, let's take a look at where this information first originated from. A very respectable source of anime news known as Yonko Productions on Twitter first dropped the news. Now, Yonko Productions has been able to deliver a lot of information when it comes to anime, games, and manga, and 95% of the time, the guy is right. If you remember back for Jump Force, he pretty much gave us so much information about that game that literally nobody knew. And Jump Force has had a giant influence on my channel, although ironically I started this channel after Yonko Productions was finished talking about news for the game, but you know, it is what it is. You can't complain. But he said on Twitter recently, Attack on Titan is staying within IG Port with a quote-unquote new studio. Now, the reason for the word new being in quotes is because IG Port is actually the father company to several studios, one being Wit Studio, who worked on every season of Attack on Titan. So with that being the case, this quote-unquote new studio may actually be made up of staff members who have already worked at Wit Studio on Attack on Titan, which means unlike the other anime that got a new studio like One Punch Man or Seven Deadly Sins, Attack on Titan might actually turn out to look just as good as the other seasons, which is a sign of freaking relief because Attack on Titan's animation has been so extremely good for Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. It's all been pretty much a masterpiece, so I would hate to see such a good anime end up not looking as good as it should for its final season. I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I would appreciate it if you left a like before you go. My name's Konjic, and I'll talk to you in the next video.